I've missed you massively. My actual sons. Raise a toast for me. For the return of the greatest late night show on the internet. My actual siblings. Let me know where you're watching from. We have a cracking show in store for you tonight. I apologise for leaving you. But I've sat back and watched the show for a minute. I've had to actually analyse the games. Imagine. A lot of people running around with hyperbole, I think they call it. What I've discovered is there is actually no competition. It's very sad, but your flow is weak. Your delivery is sloppy at best. Jamie would say your CD is dead. Your content is pure trash. And your time out here is done dada. Yeah? Your Lord and the fraud father himself is back. Jesus. Wow. Is this the best time to be drinking coffee without sharing a sprinkling of love for your mothers? Welcome, my actual sons, to another episode of Late Night Fraudulence, the greatest show on this planet. And where on this planet are you watching from? Let me know in the comments below as we switch over and get your asses involved. We got so much to go through tonight. There's been so much to take in. I've got to say, like, football really does just leave no space for breath, contemplation. And as a result, I've been finding it quite difficult. I've actually done 3 videos that haven't gone out because things change before the fucking video's finished. However, what that does mean is that we have a plethora of footballing goodness to go through, including Premier League action from the weekend. We're going to touch on it. Champions League action. Yes, even though I'm an Arsenal fan, I will not be denied. Ah, sensational to have it back. And we're going to have to talk about this, you know, this and that. My actual sons, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to bring the comments. Oh, that was weird. I'm going to bring the comments up so that I can see your ass. Much love to everyone who is joining us. Hopefully you've dropped where you're watching from. We're going to be doing shout outs any second. There were plenty of good games tonight, even Europa League action. I watched Fenerbahce for some strange reason. Mesut Ozil actually scored, and a 93rd minute penalty cancelled out. We'll be going through all of that and much more. If you do want to get involved, this is your show. I want you to have your say. Come and have a chinwag with your lord, with your boy. Join the Discord. Links should be in the description box below, or one of the mods will help you out and point you in the right direction. And we can talk about what you want to talk about. Okay, for now, let me get the comments up. I believe it should be that one. Let's have a little test. We've got Belgium in the building. We've got Washington in the building. Toronto, the 6. Fenerbahce. Napoli were terrific. An incredible game against Leicester. What's his name up front? Osimhen. Oh, sensational striker. Wow. Yes, indeed. Watching from Brum. Coffee at midnight. You're mad, head. Wallahi, we're mad. Where are you? Hello from Norwich. New Mexico. SE1 Dons in the building. Listen. You already know. If you don't know, get to know. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn your notification bell on so you don't miss an upload. You never know when we're going to go live. We try to be as unbiased as possible on here, and hopefully you're all football fans, no matter what club. Join me on the journey. Justin Chelly says, Hugh, talk to me about United. Actual joke. Much love from New Jersey. we will, of course, be talking about Manchester United. In fact, the lineup goes something a little bit like this: Manchester United and then the rest. And, you know, given the history of the modern game, at least, that is rightly so. Cleanest intro of a show yet, my lord. Indeed. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I'm trying. There's a lot going on. If there is any technical fraudulence during the show, do not worry yourselves. We will be back. For now, though, let's touch wood that everything's going to be cushy. Okay, beautiful. Sydney, Australia in the building. Flint, Michigan. Leicester Napoli was a sick game. Watching from your basement. I don't have a basement, so good effort. Expose that fraud, Hugh. We will be diving deep into. I guess let's do it. I guess let's do. We'll do the little bit first, the monologues. You love a little monologue. We go off, huh? And then we'll come to you. We'll go to the Discord. Those that don't know, is that any better? Hopefully that's better for you if you're complaining about sound. Sorry. Those that don't want to hear what the fans have to say afterwards, you can do one. All right. For now, let's do it. Manchester United is where we are going to start, okay? Are they the biggest club in the country? Do they deserve to be the tip of the iceberg of LNF? I guess maybe Liverpool fans might have something to say about that. But anyhow, it's been an interesting one. I've tried to sit back and, you know, I've done the excitement of Cristiano Ronaldo coming back, and it is an incredible thing to witness. Make no mistake about it, from a marketing perspective, at the very least. In terms of the football that we're going to see, we have already been treated to sensational scenes. It took him barely, God knows how long, 20 minutes or whatever it was. But from the glory of witnessing a Cristiano Ronaldo brace, I mean, maybe fans of other clubs aren't, you know, entertaining it for what it really is as well. But a second Premier League debut, as it were, to shame Newcastle into playing their role, I guess. One lame effort that really could have been saved. Another one, good movement, awareness and whatnot. He is an unbelievable player. There is no denying that. But speaking of shame, it went from the blame that I guess we're going to have to point at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Very quickly it has switched. Like I say, I was soaked up in and lost in the kind of admiration of United having done one of the biggest deals in the history of football. And I've sort of lost the reality of what this and I am about. It's an amazing thing that's happening. But we were given a little brief reminder of a story that refuses to go away when this banner was flown above the stadium. And it was away in the first round of the Champions League that they've completely fallen apart against Young Boys. I don't want to harp on about a stat that you will have heard a lot, but honestly, it is unbelievable. Solskjaer having lost 7 of 11 Champions League games as a manager. And you can argue that it's more about Wan-Bissaka's red card. There are key points that are going to change the game. The debate seems to have become more about if, as a manager, he's actually well out of his depth, or whether a couple of individual errors on the night are what's costing them the points. Now, is he actually completely relying on individual brilliance to get him by? Because I watched it and I started to question that. Can this man, and I have to say, the time may be ticking now, mate. Time may be ticking. People have been patient. People have appreciated, I think, the road, the journey that they've gone on, especially with it being a Manchester United man. But can he be trusted with the 2 seasons of Cristiano that you're likely to get? Maybe 3, but let's say 2. When, in all honesty, I question it because if the plan, for example, against young boys is to soak up the pressure, to sit back, soak up the pressure. If you are going to specifically instruct players to hold positions and, track players, then you need someone who is more than capable of making the magic happen out of nothing. Surely Cristiano Ronaldo is that man. In taking Cristiano and Bruno off, he's become his worst enemy, really. And pardon the pun, but on the night, young boys became men. Amazing. Real energy. And what I would like to say in terms of Cristiano is what I've witnessed already is just proving what I talked about before he actually put pen to paper or before it was finalised. And it's just the difference that he could make in terms of mentality and energy. It's actually frightening for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now, I reckon. Because what we saw on the night was actually a recurring theme, worryingly a recurring theme. And that is proven in the 7 out of 11. It doesn't matter how many kind of excuses you bring out. Like 7 out of 11, that's not good enough for this club of this stature. And now that Cristiano Ronaldo has arrived, the expectations and the energy around the club are sky high. But you still get the feeling that there's something missing. Like Sancho looks completely out of sorts. He looks lost. He looks chubby, slow, and barely able to make simple passes at times. There's clearly a need for a midfielder. It will start to weigh on Solskjaer's mind if he doesn't win a trophy this season. And I think he's still done a fairly decent job of getting them back into the mix. But, with the window that's just gone, it is going to become very difficult if these kind of results keep happening. It is results time. And speaking of which, you're getting reports, leaks are just starting to appear about things like Antonio Conte talking to Italian media and saying he'd be open to moving to a winning project, which matches if you're thinking about Manchester United. And that is also very much linked as a reason as to why he's turned down Tottenham. And why he wouldn't be interested in a move to Arsenal before Arsenal fans get ahead of themselves. Yeah? A winning project. Time will tell, I guess. But anyhow, I was reminded of a dark cloud that is still hanging over. And I'm interested to see, I'm a firm believer of you're innocent until proven guilty. But it is also an era where we need to be paying more attention to voices and people that have the courage to speak out. So I do wonder about whether that taints the whole thing slightly. Regardless, his addition should transform the expectations of fans, I believe. But in my eyes, he's not come to taint his legacy and collect cash or anything like that. And it's kind of devastating as well for Jesse Lingard, whose pass back was... Oh, that's Depay. That's next. Jesse Lingard's pass back. I've posted on Instagram this picture of him as a kid when Ronaldo was there when he was younger. And it's epic. It's a real, work hard, stick to your guns, and you can achieve anything. And he gets that moment where he's with his hero, celebrating against Newcastle when he scored, when he came on himself. Fantastic moment, right? Imagine the energy in the changing room after that game. Buzzing. Everyone's doing the lings, the thing. And then imagine it after this game. Like, would he be able to look him in the eyes afterwards? Hopefully, for Ole's sake, things are fine in the league at least. But the Champions League is where Cristiano Ronaldo's bread and butter. I mean, the pass from Bruno to Ronaldo for the first goal. Wow. You can't, those. Where are the bucket tears? We've got some bucket tear emojis, but in all honesty, You can't knock him. We really can't knock him. Unbelievable connection that they seem to have already. They both have that winning mentality, both exceptionally talented, and yeah, incredible cross. The finish was just get it on target, and the keeper in my eyes should do a little bit better, but that's why you just get it on target. Amazing outside of the boot cross. Listen, here is a question for you. Let me know in the chat. What are a Barcelona without Lionel Messi? What is Lionel Messi without Barcelona? Huh? I watched 4 games at a time on the screen, you know, totallylegal.com. What? The first Champions League game that Barcelona have played and finished the full 90 without a single shot on target. I believe the first time in their history. I watched Depay getting absolutely bullied, pushed around like a small child, small chunky child, by Upamecano. And Bayern Munich, sorry, they're barely out of second gear. It's actually ridiculous. Barcelona could well be finished. They could well be finished, and the fall could be epic. Second gear. I don't know what kind of gear they're on, but, you know, unbelievable. Apparently, players in Barcelona's changing room after the game were so irritated with the way that they'd set up, saying they're all so defensive and they have no attacking plan, that there's been a board meeting and they're talking about sacking Ronald Koeman already. It's not a surprise. Apparently, the only reason they haven't done it already is because it's going to cost them about £15 million to do it. And I do worry that the fall from grace could well actually only be mirrored and bettered by Arsenal, who actually appear to have some kind of plan in terms of where they're going. I mean, his goal record's a little bit fake. It's a little bit ridiculous. I actually don't even know what it is. These two are my favourites right now. These two are actually my favourites. Unbelievable talents. Wow. Musiela and Jude Bellingham. 2 new stars who have been signed up for True Ballers FC. Lifetime contracts. Yeah? Both incredibly influential in both of their teams' wins. Yeah. Despite the fact that, much like this picture, they still can't grow facial hair. It's incredible to imagine having the world at your feet and such composure and an eye for a pass. And it must be unbelievable playing with, you know, teammates of the quality of Lewandowski, Haaland, who's now, like Lewandowski, scored about 424 goals in his last 8 games. We'll get to you. We'll get to you. It's very different, though, for Lionel Messi. Let me see if I can bring a picture of this guy up. I tuned in, I've tuned into every game. If you haven't, then you're not a real football fan. Sorry. You need to know. You need to see it. It's a guilty pleasure. I don't want to need to know what he's doing with, you know, a team who should be winning every game 4-0. But it is strange to see him in this, again, delightful looking PSG kit. They've got a really good design team, whoever puts them together. Consistent with the kits, much like Arsenal. Nothing else like PSG is like Arsenal, but yeah. Something about it isn't working just yet, and I think I might have put my fucking finger on it. Excuse my French. If you are wanting more Premier League talk as well, stay tuned for this one. I've worked out how to beat Chelsea. Okay? Yes, indeed. Your fraud father himself. Oh, I'm excited about that bit. Anyhow, well, someone's got to do it, haven't they? Fucking hell. I'm looking at the team sheet. Can someone send me the team sheet? And listen, here's another thing as well. Much love to everyone who's in the chat. I will come to all the super chats as well very shortly. If you do want me to talk about anything in particular or look over anything, just send it to me, preferably on Twitter. That's the easiest way for me to see it because I've got a screen up with that over here. But the team sheet, it's got PSG's 3 top players. Neymar, Mbappe and Messi all starting. Incredible. So I'm definitely tuning in. Right? Who are we playing? Club Bruges. Incredible. 4-0. Half-time 4-0. Messi brace. Mbappe hat-trick. Neymar hat-trick. Someone's getting a hat-trick, right? Wow. Football again. Energy. Winning the day. I mean, a draw. It's a win, right? That's a win for Club Bruges. Club Bruges. Club Bruges. Well played. Incredible. Wow. Messi looked lost, and again I'm looking for a reason as to why. We're analysing the game, we're analysing the data. What's the data showing us? Okay, I've done the maths, it's not adding up, lads. I'm looking over at the touchline, I'm seeing Pochettino. I'm looking at the team, I'm seeing Neymar, Mbappe and Messi. Okay. Is he the right man for the job? This is simple maths, lads. 3 players who do little to no pressing whatsoever. I've seen Neymar do a little bit. Occasionally, Mbappe will jog back, or sprint after the ball that he's just lost and then give up. But realistically, he's 3 players who do little to no pressing. And a manager who, what's he known for? What's he famous for? Who is Pochettino? What, Tottenham. Okay, that's the first thing. But no, that's fantastic. He did incredible things with Tottenham. And how did he do it? What was he doing? What kind of football were they playing? Was it expansive, free-flowing, attacking football where he let players just, run wild and show the world their fancy skills and whatnot? Or top combinations? I don't think it was. I think it was the opposite of that. I'm worried that Pochettino might not last. I'm worried that he doesn't have the answers. And as of yet... Huh? Oh, okay, I like this. We're getting live things being sent to us. Mars Suri says, you're saying Barcelona think they might sack him, but he thinks otherwise. Ronald Koeman coming out and saying, thanks to me, this club has a future. Incredible. I mean, okay. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure. I mean, he is responsible, let's not forget, and has probably been given the job because of the importance of one goal in particular that he scored for Barcelona. Champions League final. Their first Champions League. So there's a reason, but that good favour can only last so long. Okay. Let me just go back, get my train of thought again. Where's that picture of Lionel? Lionel, my actual little Smurf-sized fraud. Is it going to work for Messi? I'm sure he'll make it work, but I tell you what, Cristiano's entertained the crowd. He has turned up and he's made it happen already. He is a big moments player. He really is. I do believe in energy, the power of it. It's undeniable. I've heard rumours that he's banned pudding. He's banned desserts. No more pudding, yeah? You've all been eating chocolate. What? Crisps. He's stepped in. He's gone in the changing room. He's just gone, right, lads, listen, everyone sit down, right? Everyone sit down. Shh, shh, shh. You know, everyone sit down there in awe of the man who just then takes his clothes off. Yeah? The clothes just come off. He goes, you see this? Yeah? You see this temple? There's no crisps in the temple. Yeah. Their attitudes have got to change. And yeah, I'm sure he won't tolerate too much fraudulence. We've seen enough of that already. We will move on because I was watching 4 games, like I said, what were we, yesterday now? Wednesday. Probably the most entertaining game that I saw was City Leipzig. Unbelievable game of football. Look at these legs. Oh, wow. Can I look at those legs? Fucking hell. Little Smurf-sized muscle leg. His legs are ridiculous. Mate, one of my favourite players, one of the most entertaining players in the Premier League to watch. I'm really happy that he's kind of living out a dream because you can tell when someone loves football. It really shines through. Jack loves football that much. It's very obvious. Every time he gets the ball, he's trying to make something happen. It's usually something different. And it will be simplified at Manchester City. But he was curling them in, bending them in unbelievable 6-3 victory, the 8th highest tally of goals in a Champions League group game, I believe. I like their manager, Jesse Marsh, New York Red Bulls old manager, who's just, they do the Red Bull to Red Bull thing, I guess. Hungry squad, young. Everybody's hungry and young. You know, when you've got young, hungry, out to kind of prove themselves, they can be 3-0 down or however many it is down, and still they will go again. And the style of football is relentless. It is, you have to be fully committed. There's no 75%ers. That's why Nkunku would have been fantastic for Unai Emery. They've really got a method to the madness as well. It's not just them running around, you know, like blue-ass flies and whatnot. It is some very pretty football. Like Leeds, though, obviously, that kind of gung-ho approach to it, it's going to leave you open all the time. So hence the goal fest, 6-3, madness. What's going on there? It's like basketball, back, forth, you know? Who can score the most? Who's the most clinical? That's what it becomes, because these guys are so good. Like, the accuracy of the passing is unbelievable to watch. And I guess one of the most fascinating things about the game was something that happened off the pitch. Obviously, tactically, we can have a look, but off the pitch, what got me was Pep screaming in Grealish and Mahrez's face. I will run the tape. If you haven't seen it, like, it really does go in. I mean, it was theatrical, to say the least. It was energetic. It was passionate. He is clearly, you know, not lost it for what he wants to do. He's still got it. He's still fully in. But I do sometimes wonder if this kind of gesticulation is for the cameras. You know, this is clearly for not tracking back, or for not filling a position, or for drifting out, or for not doing what they're told to be doing, basically. I just, the first thing that comes into my mind was, my God, I've seen the way that Mahrez takes down he traps a 60-yard pass like it's someone next to him. Like, it's like a feather dropping on his foot, like just, you know, just flat on the, in the momentum. He takes it with him. Beautiful, incredible. This I was about to say this bald fraud. This Don, right? He'd have a coronary if he was Arsenal manager. Yeah. You know, Louis Van Gaal, when he did he just fell over on the sidelines. Yeah, Pep would be doing that for real, watching Arsenal. But this is how you get the best out of players. And what I liked really was, I guess I liked the reaction of Grealish. It must be the second time now that I've seen Pep really going at him during the game. He is, You know, it's refreshing to me. Put it this way: these are multi-millionaires, right, that have this. I guess he is like a father figure because he's so successful. He's so passionate, spitting in your face about how, even though you've basically done everything perfectly in your career since you were 7 years old, yeah, never been late to training, you know nothing. Yeah? And I don't care if there's a million people watching. Not one action will be forgotten. We will analyse every movement and you will improve. It takes a humble person to accept that, and I feel like Mahrez struggled a little bit with it. He was quite humble, but he really wanted to get out of that situation as quickly as possible, and Pep was kind of holding his arm back. And some will say that that is not on. But I guess for me, anyway, the lesson is to be the best is not actually enough. You have to be working smarter and harder than everybody else too. And that is all that he's trying to teach them. Or at least whatever, plus whatever else tactically it is, you know? And I think, personally, I think that is one of the reasons that Grealish has signed up for City. Yeah, it's for the money, and, you know, but is it for the money? These guys are loaded anyway, right? He's probably a multi-millionaire anyway. Yes, he's going to get a lot more money. It's obvious that that's a reason, but so is winning. So is playing with Kevin De Bruyne. So is playing with the new signings that they're going to bring in. So is having a manager like that who can improve you and take you to the next level. This is, you know, he said as soon as the whistle went, he felt that he was playing Champions League football. Yeah, you know you've arrived. Look at the ball on fire. Yeah, the fireball. Yeah? Respect the fireball. If you're playing on a pitch that looks like a carpet with the fireball, yeah, with legs like that, it's Champions League football. Yeah. Yeah. He has actually been accused, Pep Guardiola, let's not forget, by quite a few players of being a fantastic coach, if not the best coach, one of the best, but also not a great people person. And I think this is initially as well why so many people fell in love with Klopp, because he really clearly does get people. He's a fantastic manager. You know, initially there are a lot of memes and banter thrown out about how the way he was hugging players and how he was getting them to hold hands, drawing against West Brom. But there is a unity in energy, and energy is best when you're touching. If you know, you know. Hey, my son. Relax yourselves. Yaya Toure, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Samuel Eto'o, Dante accused Pep Guardiola of being almost inhumane with the way that he treated players. Said that he always felt uncomfortable. And, you know, there's something to be said for an arm around a shoulder, but I also believe that there's something to be said for tough love. I mean, anyone that knows me knows that. You know, we're a soft world now. You know, I myself included at times. Sometimes, especially for guys who are so used to everybody saying yes to them, it's good to have someone in front of you telling you, no, this is what you need to do. I think the real way to grow is to be humble enough to listen and to learn. And I think that's what they, at least I have to say, I think they both did. Let's be fair, they both did. But I think Grealish is up for this. Like he didn't seem to be scared or to be worried about the fact that he was getting spat on. Like, it's like trying to take it all in. Yeah. Anyway, Pep Guardiola also came out after the game. We will get on to Thomas in a minute, but Pep Guardiola coming out after the game, talking to BT Sport, I believe, and saying, I'd like more people to come on Saturday. We'll be tired. Southampton are so dangerous, and I invite all our people to come 3 p.m. to watch our game. Now, why is he saying this? Why is he actually saying this? Has he thought this through? I've lived in Manchester and I've got 2 cents that I would like to share with you. Pirate Wizzy says Pep just knows the cameras are on. Theatrical screaming merchant. Did it to Kimmich years ago at Bayern. Tyler Ball says, good day, my fraud father. West Ham 2, Dinamo Zagreb 0. Tottenham couldn't even beat these guys. Listen, West Ham, bigger club than Spurs could ever be. What are you talking about? West Ham created World Cup winners, mate. Yeah? Relax. Relax. Moisey in, huh? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let me focus. Let me find a picture of this, because this has riled up some people, and I think rightly so. It actually got to me a little bit. I'll bring you a Sky Sports tweet over here. It says, Manchester City fans have told manager Pep Guardiola to stick to coaching. I don't like that, for a start. Don't do that. That's like LeBron James, stick to basketball. I don't know. If I want to talk about something that's about, you know, I feel something about, I'll say it. Anyway, after being disappointed by his plea for more supporters to attend home games, I have got thoughts about this, right? I think this stems from the fact that there was a section of the Etihad, I was about to say Main Road, but the Etihad, which had no fans in, for whatever reason. I'm not actually sure why. The maddest thing is, we can talk about, you know, it's banter, isn't it? You've got no fans. I need to get that on the buttons. Someone send that to me, please. What's his name? Wheelstone Donny? We can talk about them having no fans. That's nonsense, bro. It's nonsense. I'm going to give you a little bit of a reality check, because as much as football is people's lives, right, and I understand it's more than a religion, yeah? Football is life. The reality of life is that people also have lives to live. People also have to have jobs. People can't go to every single football game. And I hate to break it to you, but let's do the maths. Manchester City are in every tournament possible, whether that's Premier League, that's 38 fixtures a year. You've got Champions League, that's another, what is that? Let's say 3, 6. It's possibly another 10, 12 fixtures. You've got FA Cup, there's another few. Carling Cup, or whatever it's called these days, that's another few. There might be a Super Cup, there might be an overseas tour, there might be a pre-season thing. You know, there's a lot of football going on. Now, Manchester and the city of Manchester, which is full, I hate to tell you this, of Manchester City fans, is not a massively wealthy area. So me myself, I can't afford to go to the football all the time, lads. I really can't. It's basically £85 a time or more, you know, for one ticket. So fact of the matter is, that's just not feasible for a lot of people. For a lot of people, I would say most people, especially in, I'm not going to say impoverished areas, but you know, opportunities aren't everywhere for people. We've just come out of a pandemic, or at least we're coming out of a pandemic. It's a little bit of a misguided attempt to garner support, I guess. Yes, he wants people to come to the ground. Here's a fucking idea, mate. Get your mates and your bosses to lower the ticket prices. Guaranteed. The games, you know, I guess FA Cup and Carling Cup games are going to be cheaper, but guaranteed they're charging top whack for Champions League games. Go on, charge £10, £15 for PSG and see how many people you get. Or actually sign a striker and see how many people it attracts. Maybe if you'd signed Messi, the place would have been packed out. I think it's a little bit of a... See, I haven't read the room. I think Manchester City, the entity that they have become, have done incredible things for the community. I actually saw it while I was living there. They changed stuff. stuff was getting built. They were pumping money into the community. Can't take anything away from the way that they've done things there. I think they've had to tread carefully, but they've done it very well. To put blame on fans who were actually there, incidentally, there were fans there, but I can't imagine that is going to entice people to want to go more. A plea. Here's the idea, mate. You want people to turn up, lower the prices. People have no fucking money. Yeah, we're broke out here, so not everyone can match the expectations. It's all well and good having, £100 million signings and whatnot, but not everyone's that well off. I don't know how you feel about it. It's too easy to say they don't have any fans, right? One, the stadium is actually massive. Two, like I said, they're in a lot of games. Let's do the math. I can't do the math. It's too many. It's too many. 38 times 85 for me. That's plus travel. Let's say £20 travel every time. And £20 travel, that's like a low estimate. Because if you're going up north, Newcastle, it's a lot more. Europe, it's a lot more. Like, these guys are all over the place. What, am I supposed to go to every game? Huh? Nah, it's ridiculous. Tickets were £12.50. City, I'm trying to help. It looks like you're trying already. Tickets are £12.50. Well, look, mate, there's your answer. No one's got any money. Yeah? No one's got money. And what other excuse can I give? Okay, here's another one. Right? You're not going to like this, some people, but here's another one. Why am I going to Man City against Leipzig unless I'm a die-hard City fan? Leipzig in town is not everyone's cup of tea. It's not really setting the town alight. They're a soft drink company. Yeah, it's not for everybody. In fact, for a lot of Germany, not wanted or needed. Some people say that model is illegal for Champions League football. It's all right. I didn't realise they were £12.50. Why is no one going to the games then? Someone give me an answer. Maybe you can let me know. For my 2 cents is, I just think it's a bit wild. People have got to pick and choose what they go to because we've got no money, right? I can't be going to fucking 14 games a month or 7, even like, I guess it's like 6 games a month, 5-6 games a month. Huh? A lot of people can't afford that, mate. No, we can't afford that. I didn't realise it was £12.50. If I'd known that, I might have gone myself. All right? How's that? Anyway, I'll move on. Got my sons. Yeah, Winners FC, Winners Row. What? Dominating the world at 17 years old. Look at these haircuts. Look at these 3 fraudulent haircuts. Oh my word! Wow, incredible. We all need help, mate. We all need help. Barbers. I think they've had the help now, haven't you? When you get the come up, you get the stylist too. I haven't quite got there yet. Haven't quite got there yet. What's this? Okay, we've got some Chelsea news that someone sent me. A man's been identified by Chelsea Football Club for tweets posted in late 2020, and he's been charged by the London Metropolitan Police on 7 counts of sending hateful messages on social media. Racist, anti-Semitic and hateful tweets posted in 2020. Nathan Blagg of Retford, Nottinghamshire, has been charged with 7 counts of sending by public communication network an offensive, indecent, obscene, menacing message, contrary to the Malicious Communications Act. Well. My actual... You're not my fucking son. I was about to say evicted. What's the word I was looking for? Not excommunicated. What was it? The opposite of adopted. Kicked out on the streets. Yeah? Thomas Tuchel, you're looking at the best manager in the league right now. Okay. Chelsea Football Club, best team in the Prem. All right. Not really interested whether you like that statement or not, but these are the facts. They are the most interesting challenge to me as far as the puzzle to unravel exactly what this man is doing and how he's so good and how it's happened so quickly and how it seems so simple. I think that is the key. Simplicity. Less really is more so often in life. Have you ever thought about that? Less being more. Incredible. Is that an oxymoron? I don't know. Thomas Tuchel is... I'm really jealous. I'm really jealous. Especially... Not just... Obviously the results is one thing, but it's sometimes you just see things and you think, oh, it's like, that's how it works. Well, I really do believe that he is just understood football at the highest level. It is not the most entertaining to watch, but it is the most effective right now. And it is, again, it's so interesting because statistically, they don't look like they should be as good as they really are. And they really do look very good. I'm going to get a couple of pictures up right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me just read a couple out. Daniel Thompson says, dearest fraud father, living in Australia means late night fraudulencia is the best ways of spending a morning. Keep up the amazing work, my fraud and saviour, my actual son. I appreciate you. Let's move to Pirate Wizzy. We've done you. Sancho is a fraud. Pep was going mad. True manager, unlike Ole the fraud. Bold fraud. Pep is a visionary. Van Gaal's clipboard is iconic. Indeed it is. Like the damn video. Anyone who's liked the video, I appreciate you. It costs nothing to support the channel, me, or, you know, this thing that we're doing. Yeah. Just click a couple buttons, write a comment, even just a full stop. Just put full stop, return, and you are playing into the algorithm and helping to feed me. I appreciate you. Okay. What else have we got? Ole is very soft. Don't let Klopp's hugs fool you. He's cold like the water. All winners are. All winners are ruthless. Ruthless and cold. It doesn't mean that you can't have a human touch. I have a feeling that the word clinical really is important to Thomas Tuchel. It's a great way of describing what's going on there. Everything is clinical, careful, precise. It is safety first above all. I really do respect the manner in which they are approaching things as well. It's very ego-free, as it were. I know Lukaku is going to dominate a lot of headlines when he scores, but even what he's doing is completely selfless a lot of the time. It is, well, he's shown me once actually against the Russian side Zenit. Was it Zenit? Who were they playing the other night? I think it was Zenit. He had one effort where I thought he could have squared it. He could have looked up. And look, he's a striker. He should be bloody hungry and selfish. But what he's doing now, it's more intelligent. He's much fitter. He looks lean as anything. I've never seen him looking so good. He is so focused. It is unbelievable. And these are all things that are going to be required of this man here. Composure. Making things work for the team. The options that are available in terms of passing lanes are like always on or almost unlimited, especially with the boundless energy that a lot of their players have got. You've got incredible options, very wide, opening up as much space as possible. You've got security at the back for, I think it's the biggest difference since he's taken over from Lampard, because they were getting caught on the break. It was quickly in the transition that you could catch them. They were playing so high up, most of the time even with the ball, and they'd like to have a lot of the ball still then, but you'd see sometimes Mason Mount and even like Christensen be the last people back. And on the break, you're 3-on-2. All of that's gone. All of that is gone. And you're not really seeing huge opportunities. Although Zenit did have a couple. They did have a couple. There was one in particular, it was almost like, it was Paul Gascoigne against Germany. What was it? Euro 96 or whatever that is. Was it Euro 96? I think it's Euro 96. I can't remember. You know what I mean if you know what I mean. But despite the fact that they have top players in every position, they have really got... Actually, I've just seen a little flash thing of like Tomiyasu being Aspilicueta, able to do a little bit of that right back. When the left back pushes up, he pushes round. Anyhow, 3 at the back is crucial to what he's doing. And I'm now of the opinion that their players are so technically proficient, their passing is so good, they are so in tune with each other, having played together for a number of months, years, whatever it is, won trophies together, enjoyed that success, again, that energy, that camaraderie that you share, it is priceless, and they believe in this guy. Why wouldn't they? All of the things are clicking. I feel like past masters, essential. The likes of Jorginho is obvious, but even in Lukaku, you can see in terms of the improvement, it is unbelievable. And a lot of the time, that can be done with less is more. And so we come straight back to the roundabout. Simplicity and 3 at the back are the only way to beat this guy and Chelsea right now. I can't understand why Arteta didn't play 3 at the back. I don't want to do Arsenal right now. We're coming to Arsenal in a minute. But I cannot understand why they didn't play 3 at the back. I know options wouldn't have been amazing. You're playing the likes of like Pablo Mari. But this is how you beat them. You're going to have a little bit of luck. That's the first thing, because they're all top-class players. Every single one of their players, even in their second team. In fact, hold on. Let me get the pictures of the squad depth, if I can, because it's actually unbelievable when I took a look at it. Let's see if I can find it. Let me see. Oh yeah, here we go. Gotcha. My actual. Bear with me a second. This is quite something to witness. Okay. Right. Let me switch over to full screen there. Okay. This is Chelsea's B team. Kepa. Chalobah, who's been just a revelation. Sarr, who I think is on loan. Thiago Silva speaks for himself. Hudson-Odoi, who is ridiculously talented and is he's up there with like Adama for just reliability in terms of dribbling. What a player. Oh my God, he just walk into Arsenal's team. It's unbelievable. A big fan of that kid. Alonso, who I think Tuchel actually prefers. Saul, who looked completely out of sorts when he came on. But again, you're seeing this ruthless mentality of a winner. Bro, if you're not ready, come off. Yeah? Half time, 20 minutes in, whenever it is, if it's not working, we're changing. We make changes. We're brave. We make changes. People have to step up. Yeah, you got to step up. Otherwise, you sit down. It's that simple. Kovacic, super useful. Ziyech, Werner, Pulisic, speak for itself. On the flip side, the Chelsea A side, and this is like the unbelievable depth that we're talking about. Oh, here's the thing. Mendy was fantastic again. Who's the other keeper? Saved a penalty and then saved the rebound against Liverpool. AC Milan's keeper is called Mignon. What's his name? Where did they sign this guy from? France, I'm sure. Yeah, from Lille. Wow. Lille have made so much money. My God. Is that, what's his name? Campot. Bloody hell. That was an amazing case. Anyway, sorry, I've got slightly distracted there. Mendy, Christensen, Aspilicueta, Rudiger. Look at these top. Look at this. Reece James. Okay, we're going to get to Reece James. Kante. Jorginho is... Oh, fucking hell. Look at these. Look at the quality of these players, mate. Look at the quality of these players. The depth is unbelievable. I actually think the B team, that gets top 5. Could squeeze top 4. It could. It's good depth. They get in top 4 100%. This is probably title challenge year. I see no reason for it not to be. The league is entertaining this year. This is entertaining. Manchester City are in the race. Liverpool are looking absolutely top class and hungry as ever to go again. But Chelsea are built for the cause. Manchester United have every right to feel like they should be in the mix at least. I don't know. How do you feel about this? Who is going to win? Who is going to end up on top? We're going to talk about... Who are we going to talk about? David Luiz? No? Is that the Chelsea connection? My segue into that was done. I don't know. David Luiz has been doing some press saying Carlo Ancelotti actually called him. I don't know whether I believe him, but apparently Carlo Ancelotti called up and was like, do you want to get involved at the Real Madrid project? And he said, sorry, boss, going to Flamengo. I'm deadly serious, if only because I think he wants to play in the World Cup, obviously next year. And his best chance as a 35-year-old is game time, potentially challenging for trophies, and Flamengo is. We've talked about Lionel Messi. We are going to do some Mikel Arteta. That is our Arsenal segue, but this is where we're going next. This has pissed me off a little bit. Reece James. I saw this tweet come up. I'm thinking, why is this coming up and why is it getting so many retweets? These are Reece James's Champions League and Europa League medals. 2 pieces of... I was going to say silverware. Would they be silverware or would they be gold? I don't know. 2 medals that he's worked his whole life for. Young life, small, young, short life so far. But he's earned those, and these little scumbags have got no right to do what they've done. I'm going to play a video and read the caption. On the evening of the 14th of September 2021, when I was playing for my club in the return of the Champions League, a group of cowardly robbers broke into my house. They managed to collectively lift a heavy safe containing some personal items of mine into their car. I never keep any jewellery of mine in my house, so all that was contained in the safe were my Champions League medals. I can't actually scroll that. Why won't it let me scroll? Anyway, something England. Honours that can never be... I guess they're caps. God, he's... Oh, my days. Honours that can never be taken away from me, whether or not I have the physical medals to prove it. Oh, the England medals. Nevertheless, I'm appealing to all Chelsea and England fans to help identify and turn in these low-life individuals who will never be able to rest easy as the evidence is mounting against them. The police, my advisors, and Chelsea FC and many others are all behind me as we have firm leads on who the perpetrators are. We are closing in on them. Luckily, no one was at home, no one got hurt. Hope together we can catch these individuals and deliver justice where it's due. You can see these little fuckers walking in. All right, here we go. We're going around the back here. They've got what looks like torches, and that guy at the back's got a sledgehammer. I mean, this Don's not even covering his face up. Fucking idiot. Wow, look at you. I mean, yeah, it's not great. A lot of footballers actually commented on the post itself. You can see Tomori there. And what is this? This is them leaving with the safe. Out of the front gate, which they are struggling to open. Oh my God. The state of this. Yeah, this isn't a great look, basically, lads. And more importantly, can you not find like a career criminal or like a drug dealer or, you know, someone who's feeding the streets with heroin or someone who's earning money running a brothel or, you know, taking advantage of people or kids in some way? There's a whole bunch of people you could be picking on. Why are you picking on a footballer who's living a clean life? Huh? It makes me think as well, as someone you know, it's so specific. It's such an odd thing to come and have the car there for. I'd never want to be famous, honestly. Awful. Not everybody knowing where you live, and people want what you've got. It's so sad. Just get your own shit. Get your own stuff. Sometimes I have debates with friends about, you know, whether it's a good idea, for example, to wear your expensive watch when you're, I don't know, going to town, right? And for a while I thought, yeah, do you know what? It's not good to rub things in people's faces or da-da-da-da-da. But you know what? I'm not like that anymore. Now I actually think, if I fucking worked for this, mate, I deserve to fucking do what I want. It's not to rub anything in anyone's face, but use that as your fucking inspiration, mate. Use that as your inspiration. See me winning. Emulate. Don't try to copy, steal. It's long. Especially not from those who are doing good. Go and rob from someone else. This is why you didn't do it as well. You're robbing from a clean-hearted guy because you're a pussyhole. That's what it is. You're a pussyhole, definitely. This is why you actually haven't gone to, you know, go and eat someone else's food or something like that, because you know that they will come and destroy you. Yeah, you will get crushed like a little twiglet. Yeah. Well, hopefully they catch them, because those type of things are irreplaceable, and I'm sure that he's probably the type of guy who, if you were in desperate need of help, he would have helped you. So sad. Anyhow, they only took the safe, nothing else. Yeah, that just strikes me as being someone inside, a little bit close to home. Usually is. Okay, someone's going and said, have a look at Nathan Aki's Instagram. I don't have a clue why, but here we are. What are we doing on here? Nathan Aki. He scored. Oh yeah, he scored. The past weeks have been the toughest of my life. My dad's been very ill and there's no more treatment possible. I was lucky to have a lot of support from my fiancé, friends and family. Yesterday, after a difficult time, I scored my first Champions League goal and only A few minutes after, he passed away peacefully with my mum. Oh, God. Oh, dear. um. God. What? Okay, why did you do that? Fuck's sake. Yesterday, after a difficult time, I scored my first Champions League goal, and after only a few minutes, he passed away peacefully with my mum and brother by his side. Maybe it was meant to be. Watching me play always made him proud and happy. I know you're always with me. You'll always be in my heart, and this one was for you, Dad. Jeez. Christ. Oh, wow. What a mess. That's nice. Oh God, how embarrassing. Well, sorry, mate. Do you know what I mean? At least you got to see it. That's special. Send me something happy, please. Fuck's sake. I mean, imagine your kid playing for Man City, playing for his country as well. Unbelievable. He would be so proud. Jeez. Is that his brother as well? Yeah, I guess that's his brother. That's cool. Omar Rekik is in the comments. What are you doing in the comments, bro? Let me follow this youngster. Yeah, send me some happy stuff, please. Fucking hell. Listen, God. Yeah, life is really short, you know. It's really short. Happens very quickly, so. Fucking hell, I wasn't coming on to do this. What are you doing? Fucking hell, you got me. You got me. You got me. Well done. You got me. You got me. Oh. Life is super short, right? Tell people that you love them, and message your friends. You know, the ones that actually look out for you. Fucking hell. Yeah, at least that ended well. React to Skull Thuggery's new AFT vid. Oh God. Okay, I came to talk about football. I've got very emotional. I've started thinking about life. I guess that is football. You haven't got long, right? And this is the thing. I'm gonna go and clean myself up for a second, but you got to make sure that you get your fucking head down, right? Get your head down and get what you want to get done. Because soon you'll regret, and fucking hell, you'll be running out of time. I've lost friends and family that I just wish I could see.
Um, and I, you know, and that I wish could see me, because you know, my journey isn't like Nathan Ackey's, but I still had the odd moment where I, you know, would have liked to have shared, but anyhow, fuck it all. Let's do this fucking skull thuggery shit, shall we? I'm gonna need to go and get a drink and blow my nose because I'm a mess, but I'm gonna leave the video in the background. Fucking hell, you got me bad. Is this guy gonna, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna, hopefully he doesn't block the channel or anything. Mate, look, which video are we watching? Is it the last one? Why are we watching this? Just out of interest. I've got to go through Arteta's press conference. Fucking hell, stay at me. God. Let me go and get a drink. Fucking hell. Less is more, right? Here's another little gem for you, right? These are little gems. Occasionally I've got a little gem. But less is more, and wanting more will keep you poor. You like that one? Okay, I'll be back momentarily, alright? Right then, take two. Don't know what you're talking about. Let's go again. Right. We've got apparently a request. Well, not apparently. We have got a request to watch this. What is this? Skull Thuggery. Latest. 1 week ago. Is that what we're talking about? I hope I don't get blocked for this. God. I dread to think what this is. 4 minutes of... 4 minutes of Skull Thuggery coming up. Skull Thuggery, I'll leave his links in the description box below. I don't think he needs it. He's getting mad views. Wow. Oh, is that working?
Today, anybody over 30 can get your vaccine, so get out there and get your vaccine.
Sammy Nasri.
Get the vaccine to millions of people.
We are a group together and we all have the same interests: frustration, despair. It's incredibly exciting to travel all the way to Baku. I was there on the podium handing out our second place medals after the match. I was very hard.
What is going on?
Arsenal could be a dark horse for that top four. I'm not sure if they would.
Stop the cap.
We start, whatever side we start, and we can levitate so the ball run one way.
I'm going 2-1 to Arsenal. I think it's going to be a very, very, very difficult game. I'm going for an Arsenal win tonight, 2-1. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Oh, no, not the beast. Not the beast. That was a worrying performance for me in there.
I don't know. Listen, please don't interrupt my interview, please. Thank you. I think you deserve something. Listen.
We deserved what?
We were missing 4 starters. That's a third of the team. The big positive for me was the enthusiasm of the team. Chambers is a great defender.
It wasn't today. Mikel, performance needed today. Last year, we beat them 3-1.
Hey! I'm not afraid anymore! I said I'm not afraid anymore! Do you hear me? I'm not afraid anymore!
You know, when you don't win, the respect is not the same. You know?
I think it's going to be a tight one. Actually, I'm switching it up. I'm going to go for a 2-1 to Arsenal. Oh, wait, we're going to do it! Arsenal 0, Chelsea 2.
He's not a manager. He was never a manager, and he should never have got the manager's job.
Good night.
Booed off at half-time and booed off at the end. Just how difficult.
I see a lot of positive.
They deserved to win, didn't they? They were the dominant team.
Were they?
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, of course.
You was inside there. What do you mean, were they? You saw it.
No, because let me say
They bossed us, didn't they? We got bossed today.
Listen, right, that's bullying. That's bullying. At this point, it's bullying. What do you expect the poor guy to say?
Say it. Still worse.
Well, I don't know.
On our way to the game.
Did you see the tears in his eyes? Oh, God.
Say it. Still worse.
Well, I don't know.
On our way to the game. I don't want to see us get turned over. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. That's how I'm going to leave it today. I'm hopeful.
Let him cross. Let him cross. Let him cross. Now defend it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Skull Thuggery. Skull Thuggery. Where are you? Look at me in the camera. Where else? Ronaldo's going to come in your stadium and shout, sweet!
Oh.
And you've been talking about the project and the things you want to do. It's quite hard to sell that at the moment, isn't it?
We have to fix it. We need to face the challenge.
Come on, you're not an intellectual. You're a fake and a fraud.
Obviously, we have Norwich next, Turkish. Do you see anything changing, anything getting better? Is there any hope?
Well, Norwich got banged 5-0. Last week we got banged 5-0. This week it's the battle of the teams that got banged 5-0, isn't it?
How's your week been, Don Robert?
Wow. This is, can I just say, this is epic. This guy's epic. He's absolutely brilliant. Well done, mate. You've really got something here. It's brilliant.
It must have been Shimmy Chambers, fam. Saeed Kolasinac, looking more like Saeed Hussein, fam. You're always both, oh, we've never been relegated. We've never been relegated. What, can't I get a drink, blood?
No.
Make some noise for Rag and Bone Man!
Yeah, thanks for that. Needed that. That was quality. Mark Cullen, welcome to True Frog Gang Members Club, my son. I appreciate you. Much love to everyone who has joined us tonight. Skull Thuggery is generational, says Nix.
Lewis Brown, indeed. Hilarious. Mark Cullen. What's this? YouTube is bugging. Telling me I couldn't type because I subscribed when I was watching a kids vid. What? I had to unsubscribe. Check your YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Yeah. Turn on the bell notifications as well as we proceed to move over. We're going to move over to the phone lines. We've got plenty to talk about. If you do want to have a little chinwag, whatever it is about, now's your chance. Get involved by joining the Discord, the links to which are in the description box below. Whilst we're doing that, setting it up, we're going to have a little listen to this Mikel Arteta press conference. Let's react to it.
Good afternoon, Mikel. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You said after the win against Norwich that you'd enjoyed the best 10 to 15 days of your managerial career. What's the last 5 days been like since that win?
They've been even better because winning always helps, because the boys were happy, because we experienced the reaction of the fans towards the team on the day, and winning.
Wait, sorry, am I missing something here? Wait, what? Best is, wait, what?
Enjoyed the best 10 to 15 days of your managerial career. Good afternoon, Mikel. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You said after the win against Norwich that you'd enjoyed the best 10 to 15 days of your managerial career. What's the last 5 days been like since that win?
They've been.
Sorry, I'm not. Is something not clicking here? The best 10 to 15 days of his managerial career. Wait, I'm trying to do the maths on the days. Is it because we won after Norwich? Oh.
Even better because winning always helps.
Good afternoon, Mikel. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You said after the win against Norwich that you'd enjoyed the best 10 to 15 days of your managerial career.
Okay.
What's the last 5 days been like since that win?
They've been even better because winning.
Is he basically saying the international break? The international break was the best 10 days of his managerial career. God. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that.
Winning always helps because the boys were happy, because we experienced the reaction of the fans towards the team on the day, and winning the first match and getting out of the blocks in the Premier League. It was a vital part of our next moment. So very happy.
In terms of team use, do you have any major concerns going into the match against Burnley?
No, hopefully we'll get some players back. Everybody trained well this week. Obviously we have still Granit suspended, and the rest, hopefully they will be fine.
And Thomas Partey didn't start the last match. He did come on, of course. So is he fit enough to start against Burnley?
He is there. He's been training in and out this week. His load had to be managed because he was in early stages of the injury and what he had, but he's pushing everybody as he always does, and he wants to be involved. So they will make the decision for the weekend what is best for him.
You made 7 changes for that match last.
I just got to say, Arteta is brilliant at speaking. He's very, very good. His English is amazing. He's using technical words. Like, if you didn't know what was going on at Arsenal Football Club, this guy would have you believe from his interviews that we are flying. I really do. I mean, I'm sort of buying into it. This Burnley game is huge again. Obviously, the position in the table doesn't really need to be talked about. It's early in the season and whatnot, but Arsenal need to be beating teams like Burnley and Norwich. Norwich 1-0 victory, where we were allowed to play some football. I think Norwich actually tried to match Arsenal in terms of, we're going to try and outplay you. Burnley probably won't be trying to do that as much. However, it will be a much more physical game. Thomas Partey will be absolutely key to Arsenal getting anything from it, you would think.
Weekend. Given the end result and some of the impressive individual performances we saw, how tempted are you to keep things roughly the same, and how important is it for continuity's sake to have a sort of consistent team selection?
There is always a balance that has to be involved.
I knew he was going to say that. I'd hate to cut in, but he's come from playing with Pep, or come from being coached with Pep. There's no, we're not interested, and I don't like that. I don't want guaranteed this is the 11. You want competition. Who here in the chat thinks Leno is, this is interesting, Salman Shazad has just literally posted this message. Where do you stand on the news of Leno coming in for the Spurs game? And he is expected to rest for Burnley. Sending good vibes and some masala aroma, Papa Wizzy. Massive, massive love to you, mate. Appreciate you. You're an absolute hero. The question I was about to put to people was Bernd Leno or Ramsdale? Who is Arsenal's number one as it stands? Surely it is very difficult to back a goalkeeper who has conceded 5 over a goalkeeper who has just conceded none. Where is that going to put Bernd Leno? Are they actually looking to move him on? Is this just a sort of PR spin way of doing this?
There is always the importance of the performances that individually they put, but collectively what happened, and understand the reasons. It was because of the individuals or because of the execution of those individuals had on the plan that was.
Do you see what I mean about these words? Honestly, like, sometimes it's just like, that's what I'm hearing. I just get a little bit lost. I have to rewind him. Sorry, I've got to pull him up.
There is always the importance of the performances that individually they put, but collectively what happened, and understand the reasons. It was because of the individuals or because of the execution of those individuals had on the plan that was put in place, and the same would be for Burnley. So let's see. Everybody.
It's a little bit confusing, you know what I mean? But I think he's saying, do I point fingers at individuals or individuals who are not executing the plan, or the collective? It's not really ever answering anything.
Everybody's doing well, and tomorrow there is another session, so let's see what is best to beat Burnley.
And you gave a debut to Aaron Ramsdale, who did well, kept a clean sheet as well. Will you be starting him again this weekend? And how has Bernd Leno reacted in training?
It's the same in every position. We want them to make each other better. We are competing against the opponents. We are not competing against each other here. We are just trying to bring players that can raise the level of the player that is playing the position, the level of the team, the level of the club. And this is the only reason. Obviously for Benny, it wasn't a pleasing communication when I told him that he wasn't playing. But he's a top professional and a top person, and he should be disappointed, and he should support his teammates like they all done with him every time he's played, and it's exactly what he's done.
I mean,
and Burnley are yet to win.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I don't expect him to say anything else. I can't imagine that Leno is going to be happy about that situation though, or satisfied to sit on the bench, especially with the World Cup year coming just around the corner. They'll both want as much football as possible, but yeah.
In the Premier League this season, it was a tough game. It was a 1-1 draw last season, that fixture. How weary are you of how desperate they'll be to try and get their first win of the season?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh God, this is meant to be, isn't it? God almighty. Arsenal love breaking records, making careers. Burnley looking for their first win of the season. God.
They had some difficulties to get results. Obviously, during games that the games that I watch, they've been pretty unlucky in certain moments because they have moments of real dominance and they end up losing football matches. We know how tough it is to go to Burnley. We know the game we're going to expect out there, and we will be prepared for that.
And Sean Dyche, it's been announced today that he signed a new deal at Burnley. How impressed have you been with the work he's done at the football club?
I think he deserves huge credit because with the resources that he had, the way he has managed to establish the club in the Premier League, and how he's done it over the years, and he has a stick to his beliefs, and he's done it his own way, and he has created a unique identity on the football club, which is something that it's very difficult to do in this league. So credit to him, and obviously congratulations.
I don't know why I find that funny, but his manager to fellow manager, I guess, sending congratulations for getting a new contract. Burnley are going to be dangerous. Defensively, they are a completely different prospect, completely different level of opposition to Norwich. On their day, the likes of Ben Mee, Tarkowski, top class. If you've watched the last video that went up on my channel, it's caused a lot of controversy actually, because mostly because of his opinions, but one of his opinions was Wax, big up Wax, Dwight McNeil being a real danger man, real threat, wonderful player. It made me think, this is you know, we're veering here, but isn't it weird how only left-footed players are called one-footed? Have you ever thought about that? You never say about right-footed players, oh, he's so one-footed though, isn't he? And I reckon at least 70% of players are right-footed. What is that about? Anyhow, very left-footed, McNeil, but very, very dangerous. He is strong, aggressive, great carrier of the ball, capable of dribbling past a man. He's got a skill in his locker, and he's cleanest striker of the ball. Fantastic crossing, fantastic player, and definitely one of the danger men out there. It's very, very weird though, isn't it, how it is only left-footed players who get tarnished with that. Or is that just maybe me, because I'm left-footed, I just feel like we're being picked on, but right foot, let's have a word with all the right footers then, shall we? If you have a youngster or you're coaching youngsters, try to encourage them to play with both feet. It really is priceless. It opens up so many possibilities. I feel like obviously there are reasons why Granit Xhaka can fit in so many different managers' sides over the years, but one of the keys is that he's left-footed and opens up amazing passing angles for a wing-back on the left. If you were able, like Asante, who is probably one of the most two-footed players I've ever seen, you are just so much more valuable. Other fantastic examples currently, Mason Greenwood. It is very difficult to tell whether he's right-footed or left-footed. I'm actually not sure. Is he left-footed? He scored with his left foot in... He scored an unbelievable finish, bottom right corner. It's like down to the keeper's left with his left foot there. He's an unbelievable striker who... We've talked about Oli already, but he left him out, and that is going to become a problem, especially if Sancho is looking so lost. Let's get going with Arteta.
Okay, thank you, Mikel.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vi. We'll go to Paul Gilmore from Sky.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Mikel, what were your
Greenwood
reasons for going with Aaron Ramsdale over Bernd Leno?
But we have to change something, and Aaron has been coming here to try to make us better, and we need a result on the day, and I decided to play him. That's all.
There were reports in Germany that Bernd Leno might come back in for the North London derby. Are you going to decide sort of certain games for the players, or what is your thought process?
I don't know where they are coming from, but they are ahead of me, and I think I am the one who picks the team at the weekend, and sometimes I read things that I haven't decided yet, so they give me ideas at the most, but nothing else, because I haven't made a decision for Saturday, so imagine for the North London derby.
It is Burnley away this weekend. Johan Gudmundsson suggested they hope to make things as uncomfortable for Arsenal as possible. How well equipped is your team in dealing with the threat and the specific threat Burnley bring?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a completely different game than when we played against Norwich because of the qualities, the game that they proposed, where they want to take the game to, and we would have to try to avoid that as much as possible and do the opposite thing.
Sorry, I don't want to do too much rewinding of this, but you can't read too much into this as well because we know he is a king waffler. He is a king waffler. Like much as you got, you want to love him, you're waffling, son. But what's that, guys? Sort your audio out.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a completely different game than when we played against Norwich because of the qualities, the game that they proposed, where they want to take the game to, and we would have to try to avoid that as much as possible and do the opposite thing.
Jurgen Klopp earlier this season criticised them for their tackling, and that theme came up again after the Everton game on Monday. Gudmundsson says that they can't be that dangerous because they're not being given red cards. It's up to the referees, not other managers or other people. What's your take on that?
I don't know, that we all know the rules. We all have to respect the rules, that there is an official that has to say and decide what is right and what is wrong.
But you have no concerns that it's over the top? Some of the tackling this season has been over the top. Do you feel it's been within the rules?
Say yes.
Well, they explain the rules. We can agree or disagree, but we don't have a say. So we don't have a say here. So I wouldn't waste any energy on that.
I just find that Jack Wilshere has had kind words for you this week.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I forgot about this. We've not talked about this. I'll let the tape run first.
Has he had the conversation with the club yet about coming into training, and is there any chance at all of him playing his way into a short-term contract?
We are in conversations with Jack to understand as well what he needs, what he's looking for. It's a person and a player that has a huge admiration around everybody, not just the players or fans, but all the staff around here, and we are willing to help him as much as we possibly can. He knows that, and that's the situation.
And could that help be extended to seeing him again in an Arsenal shirt someday? Could he play for the club again?
I wouldn't take it that far. What I'm saying is that we are in conversation with him to understand what he needs, how can we help him, and that's it.
Okay, right, okay. I've got to say, I haven't heard that before. It's the first time that I've heard that audio. And it is obviously about Jackie Boy Wilshere returning. Arsenal fans, honestly, you don't know. You're your own worst enemies. It's unbelievable. I've been seeing Arsenal fans online. People have been phoning me today, pining for Jackie Boy to return. We need midfielders, they say. Where are we, lads? Where are we going? What are we doing here? Are we going back in time? It seems, though, from Arteta's answer that it's merely going to be like training or us trying to help him getting a club. So we move.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
We'll go to Ian Abrahams from TalkSport.
Hi, Mikel, how are you?
Hi.
Big week ahead, isn't it? With Burnley, Wimbledon, and the North London derby, and it's important that last weekend wasn't just a good one-off, and you build on that.
Absolutely. Now we have to put a run together, and we know how much we need the results, and the performance will lead to that. And with what we have to do against Burnley, we'll be much closer to achieve that. We had a good week to prepare the game. We know what we are facing. The challenge is going to be big because it's one of the toughest places to go in the Premier League, and we are ready for it.
You spoke after the game about how much the support of your family had helped as well. How tough have been the first sort of 2 months of the season been for you?
It's, you know, life brings you things and you cannot decide it. There are certain things that you cannot control. And when it comes to you, It's coming, and it's coming for sure for a reason. Sometimes we don't want to see it, but it's coming for a reason, and probably it's for the right reason. And then it's about how you take it, and how you respond to that. And the way that everybody around me responded is the way that I responded, and that's why it's been fine, Ian. It's tough because it hurts, because you want to see something different, but what you want is not always what happens.
I gotta say, honestly, this is what being an Arsenal manager will do to you, right? He is aging in front of our eyes. He's probably aged about 5 or 6 years in the last 3 months. And he looks dead inside. The eyes, no life, soulless. It's, I guess, the only way that you can deal with pain, true pain, is to become numb. You know, various ways. Various ways. But he looks numb inside, dead inside. And that must be a coping mechanism, basically, for the chaos that he is experiencing on a day-to-day basis as Arsenal manager. But yeah, he has definitely developed a way of dealing with the questioning and sort of saying nothing while saying so much.
And things happen for a reason, and maybe what is happening, it had to happen, and it's going to be really good for the club and really good for myself and for everybody experiencing that situation. But we have to believe on that.
That's interesting. So, you know, despite the fact that Arsenal have been bottom of the league and find themselves in 16th place, having scored 1 goal after 4 games, it's maybe this is what will build the character. Maybe this is what will be the making of you as a man. You know? Boys to men, no R&B.
So, like as when you were a player, you would have had tough times.
Yeah.
You see the last couple of months of being, for want of a better expression, character building for you?
Yeah, when I was a player, I made a decision in my career.
Stealing my questions.
Because I had a personal issue with my parents. I decided to go to my former club, Real Sociedad, and that was tough because I had other opportunities, but I needed to be at home next to them because I thought it was important, and I suffered. I didn't play. I was on the bench, and I always said that was the key moment in my career to have more success. I don't know how you measure success, but to enjoy more, to go to bigger clubs and do that was the right moment. And everybody that made those decisions for me and the experiences that I had there, it was the right thing that I needed in that moment, that at the moment, Ian, I could not see. I was annoyed, upset, hungry. I was really...
Like him or not, I really relate to what he's saying. Your lowest lows will make you. And without them, you really aren't the person that you become. I don't know whether I would have wished the kind of dark days that I've lived through on myself or even my worst enemy, but they certainly have made me who I am. And there's nothing wrong with experiencing hardship. In fact, without it, you definitely won't be able to really appreciate the joy, you know? Without darkness, there is no light, or without one or the other, they cannot coexist, you know? He's getting quite philosophical. Interesting to hear about his parents. I saw a picture of him on the beach with... No, it wasn't on the beach. It was with Jack Wilshere, basically. They both had their tops off. As a result of seeing the picture, I noticed a scar on his chest. I kind of zoomed in. And I never noticed this as a player. I don't know why. But he had a massive scar on his chest here, which I've immediately thought, oh my God, he's had heart surgery. And upon doing some investigation, it turns out as a baby, he had life-saving heart surgery. And the scar has just kind of extended itself. He has definitely been through adversity himself. As he said, his career's had ups and downs. I think he's widely known as a very useful player. Incredibly reliable, very consistent. If you look at his numbers during his time at Arsenal especially, I mean, he's up there and even surpassing the likes of Michael Carrick for numbers. And we all know how Carrick has been lauded. And, you know, I think in terms of the style of play as well. He's quite similar, in fact, far superior, I would say, actually, to Granit Xhaka, in quite a similar role. But there is an air of sort of acceptance about the situation, about his tone. I don't really feel the fight of, you know, turning this all around. But then I don't want to knock the good energy that the 1-0 against Norwich has got us. So
bad with myself, with everybody. But today, reflecting and looking it back, he said it was the perfect moment, in the right time. Sorry.
So finally, to end on a positive, there is real light for you at the end of the tunnel. You come through the dark period of the last 2 months, you can really see the light, yeah?
I can really see the light. There, I'm telling you, I'm very positive most of the times, and I've seen the light, and I can see a bright light. And there can be bumps on the roads within that light, but I can see a lot of light.
Good speech, Michael. Good luck at Burnley.
Okay, thank you.
okay, well, all of the lights, blinded by the lights, lights, cameras, action. I can see that I've seen the lights. Eureka moment for Mikel Arteta, who has seen the lights. Big game against Burnley, lads. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new and have enjoyed tonight's late night Fraudulencia. As per usual, I'm going to love you and leave you now. I hope you have enjoyed. I'll be back for more. What day is it? I'll be back tomorrow. Well, it's today really, but we'll be back with another video today and the next day and the day after that and probably the day after that. The football never stops, yeah? All right, my son. Much love to everyone who's joined me. Please do smash the hell out of the like button on your way out. Your support is greatly appreciated. Try not to clip this one up, yeah? Do me a favour, lads. Cheers. Until next time, my name's been hughwizzy and this has been... Listen, follow me on Instagram, yeah? I might do a giveaway. Might do, on Fraudulencia, yeah? Instagram.com// Fraudulencia. It's nearly time for drop 2. I hope you're ready. I'm super excited. We've been working behind the scenes, making things happen. Oh, yeah. All right, take care, lads. I'll chat to you tomorrow. Peace. Beautiful scenes.